The topic of this video is going to be how to search for nonfiction books with our library catalog. Before we do that, we're going to just review what nonfiction means. We'll talk about how to do searches, and at the end you'll take a quick quiz. So what does nonfiction mean? These are books based on facts about real events or real people. So some books that you see here are considered nonfiction. Just take a second to think about what are some of your favorite nonfiction books? What are some topics that you're interested in? And then think about where are these books located in our media center. So they're kind of to the right side after the fiction chapter books. The whole, probably at least half of our media center is nonfiction books. When you look at a nonfiction book, one of the signs that it's nonfiction is you'll see numbers on the spine as well as letters. The numbers tell you what type of book it is, and the letters tell you the first three letters of the author's last name. So if you take a peek at these numbers and letters down here, these are all spine labels or call numbers for different books. So why the numbers? What do the numbers mean? Let's take a quick look at a comic strip that will help explain what is the Dewey Decimal System, what is the system that we use to classify or categorize the books in the media center. So, once upon a time, libraries could be very confusing places. Each library had its own system for organizing its own books, so you never knew what order the books would be in. Some libraries, they had them by alphabet. Some libraries had them organized by size. Some by color. With so many systems, librarians couldn't really share books. Then in 1876, a librarian named Melville Dewey had an idea. He assigned numbers to books according to the question they answered. So, for example, who am I? What was the world like in the past? How did we get here? He decided these were called philosophy questions, and the books that answered them would be in the 100s. Today, many libraries use the Dewey Decimal System so that people can find books on topics that they are interested in and that they need information on. So it's a quick look at how we got the numbers and the spine for the spine labels on the books in our media center. Here's a quick breakdown of what they are. Any books that have 0 to 99 are going to be books about how we organize information. Any books in the 100s are going to be answering the question, who am I? Books in the 200s will answer the question, how did we get here? Like religion and mythology books. Books in the 300 are answering the question, who are the people in the world? You'll find books about cultures around the world and government. Any book in the 400s is about language and grammar. How can I communicate with others? 500 section are science books, so how can I explain the world around me? In the 600s, we have books about technology, which answers the question, how can I control the world around me? In the 700s are the arts and recreation, sports books too. How can I enjoy my free time? The 800s are literature. What are the stories of our lives? This is where you'll also find poetry. In the 900s, we have biographies, history, and geography, answering the question, what was the world like in the past? So thinking about that, what kind of searches will be the best? For sure, subject search is what I want you to try first. If you don't get any results with that, then you can try keyword. Remember how to get to our library catalog. You are going to go to our Poplar Bridge webpage, click Media Center on the left, and then our library catalog search is the first one under quick links. All right. So a subject search, if you remember, puts topics into categories so that you can more specifically find what you are looking for. So for example, if I did a search for dogs and did a push subject and browse subject, I would get a lot of different types of dog books. So here we are in our catalog. Let's just do that. So let's type dogs, push subject, and the most important thing is click the browse subject, because right now you can see I have 460 books about dogs. Some of them are fiction chapter books, as you can see here, another chapter book, some are nonfiction, but 460 is a lot of books to look at. So if I click browse subjects, the magical button, I can get categories from behavior, anatomy, comic strips. So you can see that even songs about dogs. Who knew? Training dogs. Let's take a peek. It says we have 7 books. This you can see is a picture book, a picture book, a chapter book, a chapter book. So these are not nonfiction books, my results here. So what I could do is go back in my breadcrumbs, click back, and find another category, something that I might be interested in. Let's try poetry. It says we have 4 books. This one right here you can see is nonfiction. It's 811.54 CLE. Remember the CLE is for the author's last name. If I wanted to find more about Dog Coo, I could click the title. Again, the spine label is what you would write down if you wanted to go look for the book. Numbers, including the decimal and the letters. This one says we have 1 available. We have 1 intermediate center. Remember, this is the summary of the book that you could read to see if you wanted to actually go look for it and check it out. So that's a subject search. Keyword search is the other I'd recommend for nonfiction. I only do a keyword search after trying a subject search because a keyword search unlocks a door to everything, anywhere and everything. So it searches the author, the title, the subject, notes. You're going to get a lot of results with it. So if I do a search for invisible, let's just try that. Let's clear our screen out. Again, you always try a subject search first. Just for an example, if I click subject, you'll see that I don't get any results. So if I tell myself, well, let's try a keyword search. When I do a keyword search, you'll see that the list of results, I have 21. Okay. And when I glance down the list, I see this is a graphic novel, this is a picture book, this is a chapter book, this is a nonfiction book, biography, chapter book. So you can see I have a lot of variety of different types of books, which is the beauty of a keyword search, but also it's a lot to sort through too. So only do a keyword search if your subject search doesn't get you any results. All right. Other possible searches. Let's say, you had a favorite author like Shel Silverstein or Seymour Simon. You can still do an author search for nonfiction books. The series You Wouldn't Want to Be A, great series about history. The Who Was biographies or the Super Bowl superstars. Those are all series. If you know the name of a series, you can totally do a series search for nonfiction. Also, you can do a title search for nonfiction, like if you knew a specific title, Shark Life or Soul Surfer. I'm not saying not to do other searches like author, series, or title, but oftentimes a subject search or keyword search will get you the best results most quickly. So again, to review, try a subject search first, then try a keyword search if you don't get any results. So for your online quiz, you're going to open the Media Center webpage, click the quick links number 1, get our library catalog open. Then you're going to go back, go File, New tab, open, next go to the Media Center webpage and click the Show No Do To quiz. You'll be going back and forth between these 2 tabs to answer the 3 quiz questions. Remember, you'll type your name, find your grade and teacher, answer the 3 questions, push the submit button. So here are the 3 questions I'd like you to do for the quiz. The first question is, do a subject search for mythology. How many books do we have about Chinese mythology? And don't forget to click the Browse Subjects button. In this answer, I'm looking for a number. The second question is, I want you to do a title search for the book called All Pooped Out. Yes, that's a real title. What is the call number spine label for that book? Here I'm looking for numbers and letters, the complete spine label. And the third search, I want you to do a series search for the series called Women in Science. How many books do we have in this series? Here I just want the number of books. So thank you for being a good audience, and have fun searching for nonfiction books. We have a lot of phenomenal nonfiction in our Media Center for you to enjoy.